Hi, it's Santa Ed with the Worldwide Santa Claus Network. And whether you've been portraying Santa Claus for 1 year or 20 years, it doesn't really matter. There are a few common mistakes that are, I think, costly and again, they're frequent. They come up time and time again. And so today, don't worry. I just want to show you how you might avoid them if these might be things that you do or maybe are not aware of yet. So, and just real quickly, these are not my opinions. These are actually backed up by real research, including insights from child psychologists and event industry data, that sort of thing. So the first mistake is this, the number one. It's inconsistencies that break the magic. And see, as children get older, especially between the ages of 6 and 9, they start noticing little things. And I see this so much. My grandkids are moving into that age, and you can just see their little minds expanding, and they begin to test magical beliefs, right? Early on, they have all these magical beliefs, and then as they get a little bit older, they start to question those things. They start looking for the logic, and they look for the gaps, right? What they try to spot the gaps, and if there is something that doesn't quite add up, the illusion can unravel really fast. So Dr. Jacqueline Woolley, a child psychologist at the University of Texas, found that kids in this age range naturally challenge this magical thinking, the observation, the questioning. So here's the fix. What you can do is to develop your own Santa backstory and stick to it. And again, it doesn't have to be my story or somebody else's story. It's your story. But when somebody asks, you're like, hey, Santa, how do you get around the world in one night? You don't hesitate. There's no pause. You know what the answer to that is. You smile and say, that's thanks to the Santa time. Now, the elves have figured out how to stretch time on Christmas Eve so I can visit every home before morning. And it works like magic. You know what? It is magic, or whatever your answer is, right? That's not my answer. That's just an example. You just use your answer, but the idea is the delivery. The delivery is everything, this kind of preserves that belief and adds depth to your portrayal. And again, like I said, this is all backed up by Dr. Woolley's cognitive development research, and it's highlighted in the Houston Chronicle if you want to do a Google search and check it out. It's fascinating. The mistake number 2, being unprepared for tough questions. Even experienced Santas get caught off guard, and it's happened to me many times. And it's that when you pause or fumble for your answers, that's where the child's belief can be shaken, right? And they can start to unravel a little bit, especially one who wants to believe but is starting to question anyway. Again, the solution: prepare your answers in advance. So when they ask, how do reindeer fly? You don't just wing it. You have something rehearsed, something prepared, something that you've given thought to. Oh, they eat special reindeer oats made by the elves in the enchanted stable. But the real lift, that comes from the belief of children around the world. And I think that's what gives them their Christmas Eve magic. Or again, whatever your answer is. There's no right answer. The right answer is more in the delivery than in the words. It's that confidence that you have in what you're saying. And again, Dr. Woolley's research it confirms all this, right? And anyway, and it's also, of course, enhanced by the adult responses, right? That social reinforcement is also an important part. So when you get the parents are buying in and having fun with it as well, that's when the kids just buy in that much more. So it's your confidence that in your answers that really makes the difference. Mistake number 3. Thinking jolly is enough, right? We all, maybe we over ho. I know I've done that before. It just kind of becomes a crutch or something that we can lean on, and we don't want to do that. And don't get me wrong, being cheerful is certainly essential. That's part of the this Christmas spirit. It's part of what Santa Claus is, that jolly spirit. But these days, it's not enough, not nearly enough. See, authenticity is the key. According to the 2022 Eventbrite Consumer Experience Study, families today want more than just a ho and a quick photo. And if you've been doing this for a while, you recognize that. And what, again, according to this Eventbrite study, what these families are craving is that emotional resonance. They want immersive, meaningful moments. They want experiences, right? Well, we talk about in some of our sessions, those the best experiences are those transformational experiences. So the quick fix: bring storytelling and personalization to your visits, right? That's what you want. Something like, just yesterday, Mrs. Claus and I were baking cookies when your name came up on the nice list. And when Twinkle the Elf did a little happy dance, she was so excited for you. Something like that, right? It's that kind of moment that adds to the entire experience. It's what creates something really special and something that lingers, and it matches what families are looking for. And again, according to that Eventbrite study, those memorable experiences are what drives satisfaction and referrals and repeat bookings. So here's the bottom line. If you want to be the kind of Santa kids never forget and families keep inviting back, focus on those three things: being consistent, being prepared, and that heart-driven storytelling. Get those right, and you'll not only preserve belief, you'll deliver extraordinary experiences. And as always, here's to being jolly and kind and serving with purpose, and to each of us following our own true north pole.